Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time, and in this video I'll talk to you about what happened in DC today and some new words and new comments coming out of the president. So let's jump right into it. The House has actually passed the bill to put $25 billion into the United States Postal Service. There's been a lot of uproar about this between the Democrats and the Republicans. So the House did indeed pass the bill, and the idea was to put in $25 billion in emergency funding into the United States Postal Service amidst all the recent operational changes that have gone on thanks to the USPS Postmaster General Louis DeJoy. Now, this legislation, which basically comes after the failure of the pandemic relief talks, is there was some hope that it would be part of a broader pandemic stimulus package, but at this point it seems like it's not, and it's a standalone bill to fund the United States Postal Service. This is unlikely to gain any traction whatsoever in the Senate, and the Postmaster General Louis DeJoy did say that the USPS would roll back some recent changes that slowed mail delivery, but he would not replace mail collection boxes and sorting machines that he had already removed. Now, President Trump is obviously not happy about this, and if you look at some of the tweets from President Trump today, he specifically said, and referring to this topic, he said, representatives of the Postal Service have repeatedly said that they do not need money and will not make changes. And he said this is another hoax by the Democrats to give $25 billion unneeded dollars for political purposes, without talking about the universal mail-in ballot scam that they are trying to pull off in violation of everything that our country stands for. So I had mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, that the United States Postal Service would be the new flashpoint, the new crisis, if you will. And as you can see, it's becoming more and more of a crisis. So much so, and I hate to say this, so much so that the stimulus talks about the federal unemployment benefit extension have essentially taken a back burner. I know this sounds terrible, but again, this is where we stand. Now, the president's executive actions and the $400 a week, which is in effect $300 a week, is starting to be implemented by more and more states, but it's not a match for the extension of the federal unemployment benefits, which is what the House and which is what the Senate should be talking about. But again, President Trump continued and he said, vote no to the Pelosi-Schumer money-wasting hoax which is taking place right now, then fight the $51 billion unasked for ballots. Only absentee ballots are acceptable. So again, this is where the president stands. Now, speaking of hoaxes, I actually, when I was looking into the unemployment benefits and whether the extensions might take place, I was a little surprised to see an article, and I'll link you to that article in the description below. Police in Illinois have said that residents have started to receive fraudulent unemployment benefits. Basically, individuals who never asked for unemployment benefits are now starting to get unemployment benefits. I mean, it's unbelievable. So police in Palos Heights and Palos Park, and by the way, this is happening throughout the country. Illinois is not the only place. So they said that residents have started to receive unsolicited unemployment benefit cards in the mail. So this means that fraudsters are applying for unemployment benefits on behalf of individuals who never sought those benefits, presumably in an effort to intercept the unemployment benefit cards that are arriving in the mail. Shocking. And as you know, almost 30 million individuals are on unemployment right now. And according to William Zadzowski, the Deputy Chief of Police Operations in these areas in Palos Heights and Palos Park in Illinois, over the past several weeks, many complaints have been received by the Palos Heights Police Department concerning citizens receiving fraudulent unemployment benefit debit cards that were never requested. This is astonishing. You have actually employed people starting to get unemployment benefits in the mail, starting to get money in the mail. And the police chief had this advice for individuals, for residents, if they received an unsolicited debit card. So this should be important and valuable for my viewers and my subscribers, as well as anyone who knows of someone who's receiving unemployment benefit debit cards. Number one, do not use the debit card if you're not authorized to receive unemployment benefits, because unauthorized use will result in disbursement of funds from the unemployment agency. Number two, contact your local police department to immediately report this fraud. Number three, you can also contact your local state agency because you want them to be notified as well. And be very cautious if you're solicited by anyone regarding these cards, because this is absolutely terrible. And as far as credit bureaus are concerned, you may want to look into your credit as well. Maybe freeze your credit or temporarily, put a lock on your credit so that no one can access or breach credit. So a lot of fraud has indeed been happening. I have talked about unemployment benefit fraud in other videos on our channel. In West Virginia, there have been instances of fraud. In Orlando, there have been instances of fraud. There was a Brevard County man accused of participating in unemployment benefit fraud in Orlando. There have been instances of fraud in other states as well. In Detroit, there was a Southfield man charged in multi-state identity theft and unemployment fraud. In Pennsylvania, the local officials have been asking individuals to report fraud. Arizona is investigating what could be potentially 1 million cases that were flagged by their system. Now, this doesn't mean there were 1 million fraud cases. That would, I think that would be quite something. But the system actually said, hey, there's something not right with 1 million claims. And in California, authorities, the Los Angeles Times reported a few days ago that authorities are cracking down on California unemployment fraud. In fact, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, has seen a spike in fraudulent unemployment insurance claims, and the FBI advises the public to be on the lookout for the following suspicious activities. If you receive any communication regarding unemployment insurance forms when you have not applied for unemployment benefits, unauthorized transactions on your bank or credit card statements related to unemployment benefits, any fees involved in filing or qualifying for unemployment insurance, unsolicited inquiries related to unemployment benefits, I'll provide you with the link below to the FBI website where the FBI issued a release about this fraud. And if you go to any fictitious websites or social media pages mimicking government agencies, be very careful which sites you go to. Please don't go to websites that seem legit, trackers and all that stuff. There has been some mention of a tracker in the comment section, which is fine. But when my team went to that website, we couldn't even find their address on a contact us page. So be very, very, very careful. Please be careful. And I don't want any of my viewers or subscribers to become victims of fraudsters. And be very wary of phone calls and text messages, letters, websites or emails that require you to provide your personal information, including your social security number, your date of birth. Be aware that fraudsters are using your information to try and essentially mimic you. So be very, very careful. I would recommend that all our viewers and subscribers monitor your bank accounts. Check your bank account, log into the online banking website from your home network or from your cell phone. Try not to use public networks. Don't log into your bank account ever from a Starbucks or something, because you never know who else can access your data. Monitor your bank accounts and your credit cards to make sure that your information has not been hacked, and immediately report unauthorized transactions to your credit card company, to your bank account, and to local law enforcement. So be very careful about this, guys, because a lot of fraudsters out there are trying to take advantage of our community and of unsuspecting individuals, because for us, this is a crisis, and for them, this is an opportunity. So please be careful out there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I don't have wine today. I have some Diet Coke that I've been sipping as I try and get these videos out to you guys. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Please comment below and let me know if you learned something new from this video. If you have any questions, hopefully you're not a victim of fraud, but just let us know if you've had any experiences with this particular issue in the comment section below. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, I live the American dream. I have the honor, the privilege of living the American dream, and I want to help you live your American dream. So definitely make sure you click like, you subscribe, and you enable notifications so you get instant updates from us going forward. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Now, if you want to get on our SMS list and on our email list, get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you'll get immediately added to our SMS list going forward. Also our email list, and you can opt out at any time. Once again, if you learn something new, please consider clicking like. Please consider subscribing so you get instant notifications about important alerts like this going forward. I don't want a single member of my community, or for that matter anyone, to be a victim of fraud, because I believe that there are a lot of fraudsters out there trying to hurt us. We're already in a lot of pain because of the emotional anguish, because of all this financial pressure, the frustration at the government. I don't want there to be another layer on top of that you have to worry about. Okay, once again, please click like, please click subscribe, please enable notifications. I look forward to seeing you in the next video of Ignition Time. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.